you yelling at me this time? I mean, seriously, Tiger. Also, hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. I am Razim, and this is some stream work that I need to get done. And I figured I'd stream it with all of you, yeah. Jeffrey, first off, happy birthday. Hello there, Beerus, good to see you. And I know most of the rest of you have already been here, but thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so much. Why, Tiger? Just because you have so many clippable moments. But I will say I completely empathize with you on the voice thing, Tiger. I hated hearing the sound of my voice. A lot of people actually do, Woe. The vast majority of people hate hearing the sound of their voice. It's just because part of it is because what they hear their voice sound like and what everybody else hears it sound like are two completely different things. And so it causes that disconnect of like, that's not my voice. That is not how my voice sounds. Yeah, exactly, Tiger. The voice you hear when you talk is different from recordings. And that is the main cause.
So the exact reason I like to hear it then, so that I can know what that range difference is.
Probably. But that is, it's something that I actually looked into because I was curious. And yeah, that is the case, is a lot of people just absolutely don't like the sound of their voice because it is different. So while we are talking here, I am going to be playing some music that I have already sorted because there is one song that got copyright flagged. And I didn't record it, so I have no idea which one it was. I didn't record it for YouTube. So this one, we're starting off, is Crisey. But yeah, it's just the fact that people don't like the sound of their voice because it's different from what they think it is. And for me, I still don't like it, but I've gotten used to it. Over, 6 years of streaming, and having to listen to recordings and stuff of my streams, I've gotten used to it. Yeah, there are people like that, Tiger. Definitely people like that.
For me, it is because if I know the difference between what I project as opposed to what I experience, then I know what range to aim above and below what I want so that I can match those around me.
Well, Beerus, when you hear the sound of your own voice, it's not necessarily you hearing your voice. Like, your ears are hearing it different from what others, from what you are actually giving out. Because your ears automatically, cancel out the sound of your voice. Whereas with a recording, it gives you what is actually heard by everybody else. Like, to me, when I hear my voice, I think I sound nasally and kind of annoying. But I know to others, I know a lot of people think my voice is good. I don't personally see it, but
I can see it on the occasion, but probably not as much as you may think.
yeah, exactly what Tiger said. What you are hearing when you speak is what's traveling through the bones and tissue to get to your eardrums rather than what everybody else is hearing. Alright, so that was it for that song. Next up, Hazy Lake Marine Debris. We're just going to let these songs play a bit and see which one gets flagged over on YouTube. So that way I can remove it, because I don't want to get that copyright claim stuff.
Fair enough.
That's why I like going through the music on the stream, because sometimes, even though I've got full permissions to use the song, it gets falsely flagged. And the owners of the false flag song, or falsely identified, they don't let you get they don't actually pay attention to your claims that it's not their song, it's something completely different. So I do these, and it's just easier to just delete the song and not use it than it is to try and fight it. It's annoying how that works.
It's disappointing they don't have a function or feature to, oh, I don't know, pre-play and test something and, you know, see if anything flags rather than just slap people with the warnings and such.
I know, right? Holy crap, Caruso, how much? All the epic Razor Warriors! Guys, do please consider picking up the Razor Warrior skin for Stream Raiders. I mean, even if you don't use it, you can at least gift it or something, and you do get card packs for it. And it does support the stream as well as help us unlock more skins. Precisely, Tsunami. They'd rather delete us than delete it or flag it and give the ad revenue to somebody else, etc. By the way, Caruso, because you do have the Razor Warrior skin, you do get some card packs if you'd like them. Next song here, Tree of Life in our climatic boss fight playlist, and I'm going to run Stream Raiders.
I hesitate.
Okay.
The back of my mind feels like it heard a Nintendo moment there, but I think it's going away.
Caruso, you really did place 6. How did you pull this off? Like, seriously, how did you manage to get 6 epic warriors on the field here? I don't know how that happened, but thank you for the epics. And thank you for the epics, everybody else here. I don't see any particularly special epics to call out here, but thank you. Yeah, you must have been saving them up, Caruso. I know how he can place multiple warriors. They're really cheap to refresh their cooldown, but... Jeez.
Perhaps they're along on their tier progress, and they've got some epic potion collectibles standing by.
Alright, in first place we have Caruso with max troops, most kills, and most assists. In second place, Willadine with max troops. In third place, Feel the Thunder with max troops. And special mention to Hector and Raike for max troops as well. The Flying Rogue scrolls go to Chris, the Monk scrolls to Caruso, and the Musketeer scrolls to Mithi. Let's see. We can only hit one of these special chests here. We'll start here and we'll do a poll to see which route you guys want me to go. It might have. I have no idea, Chris. Alright, place your troops, everybody. Next up, we've got several from our boss battle playlist. Boss theme planes is how it's labeled.
That one's definitely Pokemon Mystery Dungeon there.
It is a remix version slightly. That might be the culprit, but
Okay.
it's actually from somebody named Soulless Owl, apparently. Next up, Defy the Grandiose.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Mark the by Martin raided my stream with 3 viewers.
Mark, hello there! Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome on in. Let's get a clip up for you now that I've got that set up. Naruto Ultimate.
Oh, what a hit! Game!
When it came right down to it,
The winner!
had the guts.
Yeah, Mark, you might want to adjust your volume on your streams a bit. That was, whew. I was not expecting that to be so loud. Let me turn down the volume on those. But yeah, that is Mark. Do go check out their channel. Thank you so much for that raid, Mark. Welcome on in, everybody. We are doing some music sorting for our tabletop games. And so, yeah. Well, right now we're going through music that I've already sorted. I just need to resort it for the sake of alright, go through it, play it again to find out which one got copyright flagged. It got muted here on Twitch, which means it should definitely get a flag on YouTube, so we're gonna have to delete it. But, you know. Well, nice, Mark. I hope your stream tonight went well. Oh, I was planning on it, Beerus. He did warn me that some of them are, might get flagged. He didn't actually delete them from the folder he sent me. So I'll still warn him, but he probably has already removed it. Next up, Defy the Legends. Good night, Mark. Thank you so much. Everyone, do share the love with Mark and go check them out. Alright, next up, Defy the Legends Alternate. I seriously cannot wait for the game to come for our tabletop game on Thursday. I am looking forward to it a lot.
Oh, I do hope it goes well. If it's any semblance of the game, I'm sure it'll go fantastically.
Hey there, Jits. These are songs I've already gone through and sorted, Jits, but one of them got flagged for copyright stuff, and I'm trying to figure out which one so I can delete it. Jem, we are playing Pokeroll. One sec. This one is Defy the Merciless. We are doing a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tabletop game here in the near future. It'll be on Thursdays, so do come by and check those out. I believe that, yes, the table's technical issues were figured out, Jits. This next one, Malicious Loopholes versus Hoopa. Alrighty, we'll go for the green token chest when we get there. Thank you guys for voting. Alright, next up we got Battle Desperate Playlist, Cracked Jewel. They did mute the part of the VOD that has the copyrighted material, Jits, but that doesn't help me identify which song it was. Because, again, they muted it. That's kind of the problem. And I don't have the original names for these songs. So even going by what they say it is, I can't identify which song it was. But most of them I only play about half the song anyways, so doing that for each of these, I should be able to get it in, or figure it out. And these will be uploaded to, or this recording will be uploaded to the YouTube. So at least there they don't mute it and I can figure out which one it was. So the thing is, this one is Paratune Material Solemnity. The thing there is, yes, I was playing them in order. However, after I played them, I sorted them out of the, on my music program, it's the inbox, where they sit there waiting for me to sort them out. So I moved them out of the inbox, so they're no longer in the same order that they were in when I played them. Yeah. We'll go through... Well, actually, I should go through all of these playlists. But most of them are pretty short, like just a couple of songs or so. Also, for the record, next one, Defy the Yokai. Twitch also mutes 6 minutes of the VOD. So even seeing the one before it or after it does not guarantee when the songs... I was only playing about a minute to a minute and a half of each song. So even if I had them in the right order, it's just an unfortunate circumstance. Yes, very much so, Alex. I am really looking forward to that. I am okay with the way that Twitch does it, though, Beerus. It doesn't help me with figuring out which song it was, but I do appreciate that they do that. All they do is just mute the section. They don't hit your account with a copyright claim. They don't give your revenue away. They don't do any of that. They just simply mute it. I appreciate that. Oh, that's good to know, Jits. I already own everything for Warhammer 1 and 2, but still, good to know for everybody else. Next up, Defy the Algorithm from our Emotional Battle playlist. Sleep well, Wolfap. Thanks so much for coming by.
Rest well.
It probably was, Jets. And I appreciate you hanging out with me, Gem. I appreciate all of you so much. I love talking with you guys. I love hanging out. And that's actually what I enjoy about these kind of more relaxed working streams, where I'm just sitting here working on stuff and getting to chat with all of you. Rike, thank you for the head pats.
I do remember some people drawing for chips that you mentioned. The
I
Pokemon
cannot
song.
hear you, Wostein. You are very quiet.
No worries, I'll mention it in a moment.
Okay. Next up, Battle Frantic, a massive force.
Hello, Commander. In response to your request, we have sent backup. Good luck, Commander. We are forever in your debt.
Oh, what was that? Jits, thank you so much for the gift subs. Nier does have some amazing music.
Ah, yes, that's the name of it. Palkia's Onslaught.
The next one is an alloy of arms. And what was that, Wostein?
Oh, the last one was Palkia's Onslaught for the music of that one.
Oh. Palkia's Onslaught, he said, Jits. Next up is Catty Cornered. It's alright, Jim. It's alright. I don't know most of them either. Not by heart like the others here. I played most of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, but I did miss all of the Explorers ones. And I do plan to stream at least Explorers of Sky, because I've heard it was the best out of the three. And from what it sounded like, it sounds like all three are basically the same. But also not the same.
There's some little differences between them, but I personally want to give full props to the DS variants.
Sky has more post-game? Ah.
Yep.
Next up, Core Escape Improved. We don't have a huge amount of these songs to go through, so it's not a big deal to go through these real quick. And then we'll get into the new stuff. And I'll be honest, part of it is I know somebody that wants to help with sorting who's not available yet, but will be in a little bit here. So, buying a little extra time for him. I will agree, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games are fantastic. Next up is Crooked. I mean, they start off better than the main games right from the start because you get to play as a Pokemon instead of a dumb human.
And you don't even get to learn why for some time. Just enjoy it.
Exactly. Next up, our Creepy Battle playlist, Elegy of Ends. I really like this song. I will say I'm a bit jealous of Charum's ability to go through music and pick out specific songs for particular battles. But for me, I just don't have the time. I stream every day of the week, whereas he doesn't. And even still, I also have 6 games that I would have to do that for. Though I am looking into outsourcing that work to the DMs.
Well, there are some of us, like, well, as you've seen, that just recognize a music's title. We know what to
Yeah.
call for.
Next up, a poisonous rabble. Why your HUD was pink? What do you mean by that, Chris?
Well, it changes it to blue or pink based on the, I think it was the gender picked at the time.
Ah, right.
And unfortunately, some Pokemon were locked behind that.
Yeah,
but we don't
I remember
care.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Chris. We'll run Stream Raiders in a moment here. I'm going to go past this song and then we'll do Stream Raiders. Oh yeah, I do like that they changed that, Beerus. Next up is Bleeding Scythe. I like having the choice between playing what they give you and playing what, you know, playing what they give you as well versus, and also having the option to change. So I will say, when I first played Blue Rescue Team, I actually got Cubone.
Amusingly, to be fair, the locked variety also, it's fitting for the game's story to a limited extent.
Next up
quite
is
fitting.
Defy the Beyond. Sleep well, Jim. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Well.
Alright, next up, Duel of the Down. No, well, I did offer Jet up for that.
Oh, wait, was that someone else, Jet?
Jet is the rock rope I'll be playing in the, game.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
You don't have to. I was just saying I offered that up for you if you wanted. Next up, we've got Final Boss Phase 2 Pure Void.
A lovely little mystery dungeon jingle.
Oh, it is great. Alright, next up we have Final Boss Phase 4, Final Void. A lot of them have little jingles that seem to be reminiscent of especially Pokemon Mystery Dungeon jits.
I know one earlier struck me as kind of Gates of Infinity and almost a touch of Ori, I almost want to say.
Possibly. This is Guardians of the Tree. Next up, To the Higher Sky. And after this, we've got 5 more to go through. Then we get to actually sorting stuff. Now on our final boss playlist, Defy the Ancient. Next up, a paw bound to honor. Yes, paw. I know it's supposed to be just generic, undefined chanting, but it does kind of sound like they're saying that, doesn't it, Chris? Alright, next up, final boss phase 1, Dark Void. I could definitely see that, Jits. It kind of depends on the actual boss fight itself, though. Like, some are more active and some are more reluctant, like you said. But that's why I have all these playlists for the DMs to be like, this is the mood I want set. Alright, next up on the introspective playlist, Defy the Algorithm. I love that one. That is a good line, Beerus. And last one before we start actually going back to sorting. Star View Circuit Improved. I will say, I am half expecting there not to be any muted audio after all this. It'd be just my luck.
Ah, yes, we've accidentally spoken over the very specific keynote that was necessary for determining if this was flaggable or not.
Yeah. Alright. Sorry, go ahead.
Because one word is the difference between adding to the content to make it original or not.
Yeah. Alright, back to sorting. Manufactured negativity. And then it completely changes halfway through. Actually, I think we went through this one before.
Double change.
I remember this one. Yeah, we went through this one before. Ugh. I decided to skip it. Matching swords. Team Gallant Battle improved. But which playlist to put it in? Excuse me, sorry. Which playlist to put it into? That's the real question here. We are not going to have a dance battle playlist. Perhaps training time? We could set up a training playlist. Oh, crap. I apparently have too many playlists. Alright, next up. Same name, matching swords, but it doesn't say improved, so we'll see. I think I'll put this one on both regular combat and training. Next up, Monstrous versus Boss. Ah, this one. Very recognizable.
That is cute.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Wasn't expecting you to pop in. Hello. So, I'm gonna put this in the regular boss fight. How you doing, Kitsu?
Okay, yeah.
I am alright. This one is My Full Extent versus Augmented Hoopa. Also, the extra voice that you are hearing on the call right now is Kitsu. Do go check him out. He's fantastic. What clip we get? Kitsu being awesome at gunfire.
I hate this one.
Wait, was that you or the clip?
It's when you're playing alone. Like, that
Ah,
was a clip.
okay, the clip. Kitsu does a lot of Gunfire Reborn, as well as World of Warcraft and Phasmo.
At the moment, you get
Random
the
ass
shield
blood.
warrior, and you don't have piercing capability.
What were you saying, Kitsu?
I said, what a random clip.
Yeah,
Like, nothing even happened in it.
you should go through and clear out some of your clips then.
Yeah.
Narrow them down to the good ones. I know I've been slowly doing that. I found a lot of clips where it seems like the person accidentally hit the button to make a clip, and it saved the clip, but it's just a random thing in the video.
I don't even have that set up, so it's just someone doing it. Hi, Alex.
Oh, you're not going to say hi to Jake?
And Jake, hi as well.
Alright. So back to the sorting music. I enjoy these more relaxed streams.
You say that, but then, like, Jack or someone's gonna play a jump scare noise.
Probably. That will definitely get me.
I wouldn't spoil the music for that.
Others would.
But there might be. Yes.
I can definitely see frantic combat for this one, Jits. Next up, Nevermore versus Gigantamax Corviknight. So what have you been up to today, Kitsu?
Not a whole lot. Also,
No?
you know what might help figure out what song got you next time?
Yeah?
Have whatever you're playing just be like a little text thing in like the corner somewhere.
That is actually a good idea. At least this time it'll be easier for me to figure it out because I am... if it gets flagged on Twitch, it will definitely get... Thanks!
There was your jump scare.
It will definitely get flagged on YouTube and they don't mute the audio. But I didn't think to record the sections where, you know, between the various games and stuff yesterday. And the video itself is way too long to upload to YouTube.
Welcome, Blue Triconix.
Ah,
Hiya.
Blue, you have arrived.
I have finally
you mean
arrived
red?
after work.
Ah, yes, Red Cobalt.
Gray non-Arcanine.
I mean, Razor's sometimes an Arcanine.
Totally just an owl.
I remember the song. Wasn't this used in a Halloween song?
Good night, Alex. See you in like 20 minutes when Tiger pops up.
Yeah. See you then, Alex. And probably Blue. I mean, most of these are, or all of these are from Charm.
I mean, I watched this campaign, so I remember quite a few of the songs.
Also, Beerus, these songs actually have already been used, according to Charum, at some point over the course of the streams. I am thinking boss fight for this. Maybe final boss. I'm gonna go with
I don't-
both. Huh?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No time to waste.
Yes, Monster House.
Yep. Always.
All right, well,
always.
Beerus, I will stop saying the notes that he has on here then. So, I mean, the name of the songs that he has listed here don't really say anything about what they're going to do with it. But at the least, you can, you know, I won't say his notes on them. Jaffer! Uh-oh,
Welcome.
what happened to your internet?
That's not good. I'm gonna go fill up my water.
Okay. Jaffer's back and can torment you now.
Yes, Monster House. Always, always, always.
Oh,
Room
that's
affecting orb. Doesn't matter what, just something.
What were you saying,
Like-
Kitsu?
Oh, just that now that Jaffer's back, he can torment you now.
Yeah. Or he'll be nice, maybe. Well, this is definitely going into Battle Frantic. Or Frantic Battle. I have them
I mean,
listed
him-
battle first and then the the specific type of battle, just so they all are grouped together in alphabetical order. No torment.
Honestly,
Yay.
fair. Where is?
I think
I was
we've
gonna say, his tormenting you is supporting you, though.
True. I think we've got enough battle music for now. I'm thinking we'll switch down to the dungeon music. Which there is a very large amount of those. Kaji sticks. Purple.
You had your clothes stolen, so I just feel like I had to complete it.
Ah, I see.
Amp planes.
Well, thanks.
Amp planes. Oh,
Race's plan is
shit.
to set fire to everything, as always.
What's wrong, Blue?
I accidentally overwritten a save. This is why you have multiple saves.
Ah.
Every...
Jaffer, just music for right now. I don't know if I'm gonna play anything later on tonight. I do need to get up earlier tomorrow. Trying to decide which playlist to sort this into. I mean, it is called Planes, so I could just do Dungeon Planes.
You could also put notes on how this song feels.
I'm not going to be able to, during the stream, be like, okay, we're doing this specific song out of this specific playlist. It's just not something that is possible. I pick a playlist and I play it.
Generally, I would pick a song and then just put it on loop for a specific scene. But that's me.
When scenes can literally last hours.
And putting it on loop could potentially risk managing overuse, but also it would be painful should it ever mute an entire section.
That too.
Ah. You know, you have a point.
But either way, I paused it to explain that. It's like I don't want to have the same song playing the entire stream.
Alright, fair enough.
Because like something like this, it's going to be background noise for a dungeon. And if we just sit there in that dungeon for the entire session, it's going to be looped the entire session. And it is only a 2-minute song. And either way, what kind of feel would you put to this?
I can't answer that for some reason.
Well, I guess here's another Plains song. Let's see how they differ.
Learn this one.
It definitely has a very different feel from the Amp Planes one. Trying to sort this music kind of is like... I know that they're not going to match. A lot of our existing playlists have songs that don't match the rest. But I'm working with what I've got here. I guess we can just try and figure out a different solution here. I won't sort the rest of this. We'll find something else to do, I guess.
Squee. What?
Well, I've had a few DMs come in the past, Jits, and to these sorting streams, and they're all wanting me to do these specific things. And like, I can't exactly send you guys multiple tens of gigabytes worth of music. And even if I do, I really don't think you guys are going to sit down and listen to all of the music to find out exactly what song you want played at exactly this moment. I am doing what I can with what I've got. I don't really have this... I don't know how Charm does what he does. I haven't seen enough of his videos. I know his DM will ask him to play particular songs. I know he's got them uploaded on website to play through. I don't have that set up.
The jukebox is not ready.
I would love it if we could get the money together and I could just finish getting all of the custom music that I wanted. Because then I can make sure that all of the songs in the playlist match each other. They all actually go with the flow of what the mood that is meant to be portrayed. But that is a very, very expensive endeavor. Granted, the person that I would be working with, I have a deal with, and it would be much cheaper than most people would have it. This song is one such example of a song from them. It's just named Tavern Mellow 1. Because I was planning to have about an hour's worth of different songs akin to this.
This I like.
Oh yeah, it's really nice. And the thing that the way I've got it set up is the song itself is 5.5 minutes. However, the first 30 seconds and the last 30 seconds roughly are unique. Meanwhile, all of the parts in between are actually just looped over. It's its own unique thing, but it is looped to stretch out the song a little bit. But it winds up working out very well because I know that it's not going to change halfway through the song to a completely different feel. Which is a very frustrating part about a lot of songs out there. A lot of the music that I try to get. And like in this playlist itself, this is another song in the playlist. It's a very different feeling. It's a very different setting. But I just... Sleep well, Balasar. And then after that song, I've got this one. Which, again, completely different. They're similar enough that it kind of works, but they are definitely different enough to be noticeable. I can loop a song over and over. But how are you going to know what songs I have available and what songs are actually stream safe?
Oh, you need to test them.
Which is part of the point of these, of me doing this sorting on stream. I don't care if the recording for this part gets, copyright flagged. It's not an important stream, it's just a side thing. But I would not want it happening to an actual tabletop games recording. Especially if it's one of those copyright flags that actually forces the video to go down.
I see.
I wish I could just upload all the music into a checker thing with YouTube and be like, okay, this is going to result in this, that's going to result in that. Great, delete those, send the rest on to you. But again, even then, are you going to listen to the many, many hours or days worth of music to figure out what you want for that particular situation?
Beerus is right. YouTube running good features. Good joke.
I asked a legitimate question here, though, Blue.
To be fair, as much as that would be amusing, at the same time, time itself is limited.
Exactly. Me, I can sit here and go through all this music, and I can sort it to the best of my ability and have generally similar themed songs in each playlist. And I try to take the burden off of the DMs for that. But it's still a situation that I cannot really resolve on my own. I can't give you guys what you want where you can just have that particular song played, because you don't know all the music I have. You don't know what is stream and what is and isn't stream safe. None of us really know until it actually goes to YouTube. Because even if we do have permission for the song, I have had multiple of these songs that I've purchased that are royalty free, full permission to use, and they get flagged as something else on YouTube. And trying to fight that false claim is a nightmare. So it's far easier to just delete it and not use it again.
Fair enough. I can see your way of thinking.
Do you have a suggestion for a solution that would work?
I do not, unfortunately.
No quick, easy ones. The only thing I could even suggest would be some variety of meta tags. But that requires a little more work to apply, and over many songs, that's going to cost a little too much time.
I'm not worried about time. I'm more worried about, like, I may think a song fits this mood, and then I've got another DM. I've got a DM that is like, no, that's not what I want.
You have a oh, you're right.
Chris, I have been running tabletop games for 6 years. Literally, my first stream was a D&D game. Way back in the day, we called it Daring and Deranged. I've been doing this for years. I've been using various music to fit the moods the best I can. And I so want to have songs that fit the mood perfectly to what the DM wants. That is why I have frickin'... Does it say how many playlists I have here? Let's see if I select them all. Okay, I cannot select them all. I have a lot of playlists. I can set aside the time to go through these playlists with DMs. But most of the DMs don't have the time to set aside for going through all this. And even then, I've got multiple games to work on here. I've got to make sure, this playlist works for not only... Like this particular playlist is meant for our D&D games, as well as the Pathfinder one. So I got to make sure Jaffer's okay with it, make sure Kerr's okay with it, and feels like it's right. And Moriarty is another DM that I've got to check with. Digi. Charm's got the advantage here on just one tabletop game. I've got 6 or 7 now.
Do you regret it?
I don't regret having the games, no. I really enjoy them.
You're also players in all of them, correct?
Yes.
That's probably what makes it really easy on streamers, because I tried DMing before, like full-on campaigns, and I wasn't fully ready for some of them. Albeit, time placement of time of the day was too early for me to DM, or I just wasn't fully prepared. This one shot, I am more prepared because it's a one shot, so I can just go this small story and perfect. I don't need to worry about an overarching story and continuing it as a series with a continuous dates every so many weeks.
I will definitely say, and I have been asked this question a lot about how to set up tabletop games to stream them. And the number one advice I give to every streamer wanting to get into streaming tabletop, do not DM. Find somebody else to DM your game. Because the primary reason, the DM, if the DM is also the streamer, they are either going to neglect their players or neglect their viewers. And I've seen it. Literally just about a week ago, probably about 2 weeks, I had somebody that had asked me about streaming tabletop, and I'm like, that's my number one advice. He's like, well, I'm going to do it anyways. I think I can manage. I stopped by his stream. I sent multiple messages about how we weren't hearing everybody else on the stream because something was broken. We were only hearing him. And he was not watching chat at all. He was entirely focused on his players. Exactly, Jets. I don't have the manpower for both ends to have songs custom, playlists made for custom for multiple campaigns. I mean, I could pull that off. It would mean there would be a lot more streams like this one of me going through them with the DMs. But I've offered in the past to the DMs to be like, okay, I will give you all the music. And they are like, I've done it. I've sent it to them. And they never even listened to any of it. They never went through any of it. But they will complain. Granted, right now there is only 2 that have done that. At least for ones that currently run games. I've had a couple in the past that have done that and wanted to know all the music and then never actually listened to it. Okay, Meethy, thanks so much for coming by. And Jaffer, yes, you are a fantastic DM to work with. When did Stream Raiders come ready?
More than 5 minutes ago.
Oops.
About. I think.
So yeah, long story short, I'm gonna sort these the best I can. But I know Rygon, who will be taking over as the perma DM, is never gonna have the time to go through the music with me. It's gonna be what he can do to fit in actually preparing the campaigns as is. And I have told him if he just needs a little bit more time, he is allowed to cancel a game here and there to give him an extra week.
Which is something I feel DMs should do.
Oh, I agree.
My DM for my trainer campaign has canceled a couple times for some weeks just because, like, hey, he's too busy. He's like, he's not ready yet.
Gasp. People have lives?
Oh, we've had... most of the players I've had have been A-okay with that. But the 1 or 2 that threw a fit when a DM had to cancel, it's like, well, bye. This guy's putting in a lot of work for you. If you don't want to appreciate that he needs a little break, you can get the hell out. Because I, for one, know how much work DMing is. Jaffer, you are A-okay. I will fully admit, I really missed that game. But I am never going to hold it against you that you can't run it right now. But I don't need a player making the DM feel bad just because they're not ready or not feeling up for DMing or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to have a player making the DM feel guilty over that. I am very protective of my DMs.
Well, that's good.
Bear Zim bite.
I will bite very hard. So, let's get back to sorting the music. So yeah, we got amp planes.
Standard, my opinion.
Standard what?
Standard dungeon music.
I guess what we could do is go with a... Because normally I've got a Plains playlist, I've got Plains, I've got Frozen, Wastes, I've got Ruins, Cave, Ocean, Mountain. Instead of those kinds of playlists for these, we could have, like, this one is a more kind of energetic dungeon. We could do the playlist like that. Would that be a good middle ground there? Rachella, give me back my clothes.
Do I need to censor you again? There,
Apparently.
censoring.
Oh, hey there,
Sounds like
Odd
cave.
Socks.
Yeah, Odd Socks, I do kind of agree. It does sound like a bit of a cave.
Well, do we want to go, with caves? You know, the biome, or do we want to go with the feel? I think that would be the best place to, that would be the good place to start with that.
I think... Adventurous. Mystical.
I want to compare a couple here. Let's go with this one. This one is one of the... It's Bewilder Forest.
When you say forest, for some reason I get Lost Wood vibes.
I normally go with biome jits because it's far easier for me, because even though I have these playlists set up and I send it out on the list of them out to the DMs, and I'm like, please tell me if you want me to switch it to this playlist or that playlist. This is the general feel of this playlist. This is the general feel of that playlist. They still don't do it. So I'm sitting here trying to guess what kind of feel we're supposed to have for that situation. And going by biomes, it's a lot easier for me because I could just be like, okay, we're in the mountains, so I play the mountain playlist.
You know, you have a point. It can go either way. Because biome's really easy, but with one of the ones that I described as like mystical adventurous, that one can be hard to place because like you have, because you could be in a dark and brooding forest, and then you have that song play. If we put in the like say
That one is Ardent. The previous one was Ardent Ridge, which that one would have fit perfectly in with our mountain playlist.
okay.
With the general feel on that one. I also don't I don't mind a lot of playlists, but it also gets hard to keep track for people in general to be like, yeah, this one goes, we want this one played. I mean, even without those, Jaffer, if you guys just tell me, hey, I want this playlist, I would be so ecstatic. Alright. I think what we might do is go with both the feeling and the biome. So Amp Plains here, it's gonna go into both energetic because it is a more energetic song. Oh, that wasn't...
Welcome to the Alchemist's Lab.
How do I rename this? There it is.
Why am I thinking energetic and chill? Those are complete opposites.
I don't know. Now, what kind of biome would this fit in? I could definitely see cave for it.
I agree. It may be Amp Plains, but caves.
It's more of a rocky plains, if you will, but fitting enough as a result.
Amp Plains. I'm not gonna relate it to the games. Music, when you're trying to sort them out, should not be related to the games in a way, because then you just feel like you're taking from the games.
Yeah.
This, we should put our own twist on it. So yeah, caves, I agree.
Alright. That one is sorted. Ardent Ridge for the next one.
Adventurous. Would be feeling...
Definitely
I do agree with... And Mountain, I agree with you for that. I could add the mystical tag to it for feeling, but...
We can do both.
There.
I could see this being a good one for planes as well.
You have a point. Big open field.
I am all for having a song be in multiple playlists. It's not like we have to put them in one particular playlist.
You have a point. After all, you're just playing a playlist and it's not a specific song for a specific zone.
Exactly. Alright, next up, Cerulean Wind.
Spooky. As for biome,
It also does not have to be sorted into a biome.
alright, good. I was wondering that. This just strikes me as spooky.
I agree. But I want to let it play to at least the halfway mark.
Fair. Story, expo, meeting, uplift.
I don't know if I feel that with any of these. Well, that right there is a prime example of what I was saying earlier, where different people have different thoughts about things.
Yeah. I can see mysterious in it. But I think
I'm definitely getting a slightly spooky...
Melancholy Howl. Yeah, Alien, as you say, you don't like songs that gives a different vibe halfway through.
Yeah...
This gives me like a jazzy, spooky vibe. Which is a really weird, specific playlist.
I think we're just gonna skip this one. Which-
Wild West.
Which I am okay with skipping songs.
Don't you have like a whole day's worth of songs to listen through?
Exactly.
Chill.
Let it play for a bit before you try sorting it.
True.
This one is Baked Plains.
Doesn't help, I've already heard this song in the campaign before. Chris, Nintendo Wii Shop music? The non-copyright version. Really mysterious. Ah! That scared me. Hi, Zim is now on the... just... on the floor. I could see this as a downtime song. Chill, mysterious, downtime.
Not sure about mysterious.
There was one verse where it felt mysterious, but that was me.
Yeah, we'll go with downtime. I like that for this. I don't know if it would really fit in many other places. I could, yeah, shop, I can see it for a shop as well. But we'll probably use the downtime playlist for the shop as well. Electron Metro.
Oh, that's immediately to a new song.
Yeah.
That was quick.
Suddenly,
Great.
Blizzard Island.
Previous.
I'm
I'm
kind
getting
of feeling downtime for this one myself as well. Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to the next song.
Yeah, downtime. I got like for some reason a jungle vibe, but that was
I could see jungle. Well, we can do both.
if you can't decide between one or the other, just say it. Why not both? There's no harm with it, right?
It might go to the next one before I finish sorting this one. Next one is Basalt Cavity. Alright, Basalt Cavity.
Hear me out. Abandoned facility. Or something, a biome similar to that.
I don't know about abandoned facility. I'm definitely thinking dangerous feel for this one. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rachel, somewhere dangerous.
No biome. I can't think of any biome besides feelings, which is dangerous, and yeah.
That's okay with me.
Four, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I think that's the only place that I feel like it fits very well. Next up, Berry Path.
Scotland. Get the accent out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add this one to the active tavern playlist for our fantasy games.
Imagine that's the only place we put it. And saying, we have our place for this song, moving on.
I could see Humble Village.
Yeah. Dungeon? Eh. But Humble Village? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not a dungeon feel.
If anything, it's more like an overworld adventure feel, with nothing dangerous around.
Yeah, we'll put it in the in a village playlist and a tavern active. Which the
wanderings.
The general playlist that we have, we can absolutely use those here. Alright, next up, Bewilder Forest. I'll be right back.
Instead of smacks of Wind Waker starting island. Yeah. Yeah. More PMD. Yes, PMD good. I wonder, when should I stream PMD? Of course it'd be Explore the Sky, because that's the only one you should play. The others are alright. But Explore the Sky is best. It's precious.
Prepare for the feels!
Prepare for the feels. DX was alright. I like how we sidetracked onto how Mystery Dungeons were. But I really hate how they took out the Latios and Latios dance when you recruited them. Because in the original, they had this little dance they did. In DX, it's like, yeah, we're joining you. Yay!
Madness.
That's it. This has a more mystical vibe. Waiting for the remake of Pokemon EOS. Yep. Same here. Come on. Come on.
That is an anticipation in trepidation. Is that one, I don't know, that there's a certain charm to the pixel style that they must be careful to preserve should they attempt it.
Honestly, what I think, if they can, what I think might be good is how Octopath Traveler and welcome back, and how Live Alive did theirs with their like 2.5 HD pixel game. But honestly, doing a pixel style would be really nice. That's what got PMD its charm, I think.
Next up is Blackened Forest. Very quiet beginning.
Mysterious. Eerie. Snowy. Interesting. I can...
I'm feeling spooky from this one.
Yeah. Best way to explain it. There's others to put it in, as the chat was explaining, but... I think spooky is the best. Otherwise, we're just putting it in too many stuff.
The hell!
What? Did it
Do you
just
not
get loud?
hear it?
It suddenly
Yeah, I
picked
hear it's
up
really
in
loud.
intensity.
And this is near the end of the song, more than halfway through.
That's no point.
Ugh.
I think tense would fit.
I would
Making
rather
this snow-
condense the playlist as much as possible.
True.
We
This
already
one
have one
sounds-
that's dangerous, but like more than half the song is just spooky.
What if we just put this off into the side? Because this sounds like a final dungeon for like a specific chapter, in all honesty.
Nobody is ever going to tell me when to use it.
Fair enough. Also, welcome back, viewers. I might dip for a few minutes. There's something I'm gonna work on the table with. 'Cause,
Oh, okay.
okay, long story short, Charm wants to work on the table for a bit. So
Okay.
give me a short call. Sorry about it.
All right, Brayshella, thanks so much for coming by. Oh, come on, Rachella. This one is Blister Dunes. Definitely the desert vibe. Which, surprisingly, I don't already have a playlist for that. Next up, Blustering Mesa. They can be multi-purpose jits. I'm definitely leaning more towards splitting away from specific to PMD. So where do we put this one? I can definitely see adventurous. Boreal Woodland. I'm liking mystical for this. Not sure it's quite menacing for typical ruins. Then again, it does have its menacing moments. I could go for ruins, I think. Well, no. I think just mystical is good. Brisk Meadow.
An earnest disciple.
Big boy, thank you very much for that follow and welcome. I could go for downtime on this one. Well, yeah, we can make a new playlist for like riverfront kind of things. So yeah, riverfront playlist. I can see downtime. Next up, Cave of Mirrors. Jits, you should take care of yourself first. I only got another half hour of this before I do need to call it.
Advising sleep. Or rest, whichever it is that you're feeling that you need.
Then we bully the Zim.
Why bully me?
Out of love.
No.
I
Don't
didn't know.
bully.
I'm just over here doing scribbles. Someone's got some lovely music going.
I don't know where I would put this song. It's a little all over. I'm kind of feeling like this is one we don't use. Yeah, skip. Cinderfall Volcano. That one ends very abruptly. I could see, I could absolutely see this in like a, Sailing the High Seas. It's a little more active than I would normally go with for traveling music, but I could definitely see it in, our sailing playlist.
Ah, yes, adventuring on the high seas. I'm at the forefront of the prow. That's what it's called, right? And I'm just standing there, proud. This dragon pride. Who's commanding the helm again?
Zim, you're barfing over the starbow.
I swear, someone should be on the steering wheel part, right? Right? Somebody! Is this why we've been going in circles for the past 5 hours? How?
Well, Zim, someone told Zim that they couldn't do wheelies. Or donuts on a ship, you know?
I gotta prove them wrong.
Oh,
And
yeah,
yeah,
this is a
it's
puzzle.
Schaffer's job to helm the ship. Clear Ice Lake.
Oh wait, this is a lake theme. This is lake theme from Diamond and Pearl. Or maybe at least a remix. Yeah, legit Pokemon music. So this one should be
Definitely.
fine.
Well, Riverfront for sure.
I'm thinking downtime as well, but that's just personal preference. So calming.
I'm still feeling like it's... Let me go to the downtime and listen to the others real quick. Pretty slow. The rest of the downtime ones are a bit slower than that. So while I could see it as downtime, considering the others we've got in there, this one is a little too fast for that.
Fair enough.
Some of them do, some of them don't, Jits. Part of why I do this is to see what does and doesn't get flagged. And if it does get flagged, I delete it.
Diamond and Pearl recently was put on the free to use list of songs. Whatever the term is properly called.
I was thinking mystical as well for this song. Alright, next up, Club Excursion.
ICs.
You gotta let the song get through a little bit before you try to sort it. I'm kind of feeling general adventuring for this one.
Yeah.
I could also somewhat see Ocean. Yeah, we'll go ahead and add it to the sailing playlist, the Ocean one. Coral Valley. Very chill already.
Deep ocean vibes.
Yeah, I'm feeling very much aquatic for this one. Like, the PMD aquatic playlist is more like underwater. I'll probably rename it later. Well, this is an interesting name for this one. A tribute to 710 Hz / LD3005. Very swingy.
I would say Final Dungeon vibe. But like we're ever gonna make a playlist like that.
Yeah, I would prefer to avoid that. Too situational.
Personally, I think the song is a bit too situational with the feelings.
I mean, I guess we could make one and hope that somebody ever actually uses it.
I mean, Chris has a point. Determined to achieve something. That's why it feels like extremely situational.
Well, we could make a determined field playlist.
You have a point.
Deep Brush Forest.
Mysterious.
Yeah, I'm liking mystical kind of thing for this. Destiny Tower Zenith. Yeah, I could see the mountain and mystical for this one. Jaffer, to answer your question, I would like to return to Space Engineers at some point. I just kind of need to find some people to play with, because it's not something I want to play alone. I don't know of any other spacey building games aside from Starbound, and I don't know if I'll return to that in the near future at all. I've thought about it multiple times, and it just kind of doesn't happen. Alright, Destiny Tower. Without the Zenith.
I could say the same thing.
You know, I could probably see this fitting for jungle. Not so sure about mystical that much. It somewhat fits, but... maybe general adventuring. Alright. Do Haze Forest.
I like it's like, somewhat chill, and then death in the background. What are those? Interesting space map. Windy Adventure? I don't know if I want to add that as a playlist. Could go with Plains. Yeah, I agree with Plains.
I could see it fitting for a forest. I mean, it is meant to be a forest, so... Dormant Woods.
I like this song. Remix of Slumbering Weald. Chris, I'm not so sure about that. I don't think it has a home feeling. If the song plays out in its full, I would be correct. But right now, it does have a homey feeling.
Right now, I am leaning towards the Hope playlist that we already have. And I am leaning much more and more to just combining the playlist between our fantasy and stuff, because a lot of these are turning out to be very very similar in style and such to our existing playlists. I am still overall feeling like this would be good on maybe the introspective playlist. Or the hope one. Not sure about dramatic. Yeah, we'll add it. I'm gonna add it to both introspective and hope. Light and flame. Oh, okay, Chris. Interesting. The vocals, I feel like, are throwing it off for me squirting this one. Like, it's a nice song, but yeah, I'm leaning more and more towards skip.
Fair enough.
But what do you guys think?
Songs with even with choir in it are very picky for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll skip this one. Drizzle Woods. Hey there, Schmoops. You're up late. How you doing?
I could consider this downtime. Both I can see, but more downtime for me.
More downtime?
Yeah.
I think I am good with both night and downtime for this one. A nap turned into a sleep. Ah, did you mess up your sleep schedule? Also, for those that aren't aware, Schmoops is a fantastic streamer. You guys should check
No
him
way.
out.
No fucking way. Oh my god, you guys. Berghalter's about to get fucking auto-mortared. What were you thinking doing this, Berg? Oh no. Ah! Fucking auto-mortars killed one of our own guys.
Yep, that's
I didn't tell it to hold fire. Oh no. My god.
That's RimWorld for you. It grabs a random avatar of Schmoops. Or a random clip from your channel. I just added that for today now. It's here to stay, but yeah, when I shout out somebody, it grabs a clip from their channel. Dungeon of Toys. I do have a Mischief playlist that I could somewhat see this fitting in. but only somewhat.
Somewhat.
I'm kind of leaning towards skip.
Fair enough.
Unless anybody disagrees.
I will not disagree.
Dust Flaps is next. Or Dust Flats. But yeah, Schmoops, I'm sorting some music for our tabletop games. It's a very nice song. I'm kind of leaning towards plains and maybe forest.
I can see that.
Especially with the pan flute or whatever that is in there. Maybe just regular flute. This one is called Echoes of Conflict. I'm really not feeling any... The title feels very mix-matched to me. Or mismatched.
Yeah.
Not sure where to put it. Maybe I'll just skip.
Yeah, the only thing I can place for this is foreboding.
We do have a menacing playlist, which I could somewhat see this fitting in at.
Music when gossiping.
Yeah, we'll put it in the menacing playlist. Cave of the Winds.
Mountain?
Uh... Oh, that previous one, Schmoops? Yeah. I'm not sure about that previous one. For this one... I don't know if I really feel mountain with it. I mean, we could just... I could see cave with it, though.
Fair enough. Run.
Deep Dusk Forest Remix. Definitely something creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it in the spooky playlist. Everburn Forest.
Planes?
Planes and general adventuring?
Yeah.
Fathom's Lab. This will be our last song for tonight. Actually, I could see that previous one on Desert too.
Mysterious or mystical?
I heard mystical. What else did you suggest?
Mysterious or mythical is what I'm suggesting.
As far as I'm concerned, those are basically the same thing.
And I'm just wording it differently. Okay.
I like mystical. We'll do one more. Okay. Fathom's Pandora. That moment when the boss, instead of fighting, starts to explain their entire plan music. I am not having something that freaking specific.
Zim, don't make me pay you to do it.
$300.
Where's my wallet? This is more mysterious. Oh wait, no, the same thing is mystical as well. Hence?
I can see
I don't know.
tense.
I am too tired to fully think now. I should go to bed.
I pass out and I wake up to some sort of plot thickens music. Yes.
That's a good one for it. I also am saying spooky.
Yeah, perhaps.
Fox! Fetch! Hello!
Oh, welcome.
Put clothes on. I took his clothing away because he had to make me pay
Fetch.
$300.
And Vox. Both cute. So cute. So fucking cute.
They are very, cute. Yeah, I've never heard, Vox ever say that to me before, or to anyone before, for that matter. Clearly Vox thinks I'm ugly. Thus, he wants to cover up as much as he can. So.
They just want to make the fire doggo hotter.
Hot. Oh, wow, look at that torso jiggle. That torso was jiggling like crazy.
That it was.
What are you, rolling down a hill?
Yeah, Vox, I keep telling Sam that he needs to stop putting words in our mouths.
I was thinking of possibly doing a game here. Fetch, Vox, would you guys, oh, closed, okay, well that's fair. Ooh, yes, please threaten me with a good time there, Vox.
He's gonna put a sock in your mouth.
Oh, that's a good time.
Wow.
You underestimate us. Wait, where did I say us?
I will just be intrigued watching this.
So, anybody want to join for maybe some Phosmo? Or perhaps something else?
I'm gonna go to bed and leave the call, because I'm tired.
Alright, good night, Robo Boy. Uh-oh.
Structure lost.
What you do?
Get home.
Unknown.
Fetch! Fox!
I think Fetch might still be out on their work trip.
Oh. Well, let me wrap up this stream real quick. Or this recording. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the music sorting that I had to do. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around. But for now, I bid you all the most fondest adieu.